Now, no more talks, no more negotiations, no more statements from Her Highness Hillary Rotten Clinton. Obama all day today, Mr. Producer. Did he say a word about this? Not a word. Busy. Working on jobs. He's not even doing that. I don't know what the hell he's doing. And with Mubarak gone, who's he really leaning on now? Bahrain, our other ally, where the Fifth Fleet is. Meanwhile, that nut job looks like a throwback to the disco era, that mass murderer, Gaddafi. Where's the president? I don't hear the president on that one either. Bahrain, yes. Libya, well, we'll see how things work out. Mr. Obama, Mr. President, Gaddafi is our enemy. The government in Bahrain is not. See? Enemy, not enemy. Speak out against the enemy. Be quiet about the ally. Don't speak out against the ally, and yet you're quiet about the enemy. See, you got it all screwed up. I should be your Secretary of State. By the way, I want to congratulate some of the unions out there. I really do. Walmart had its worst ever sales slump. I don't know if they'll be laying off thousands of people or not, but we cheer this, right? In Maryland, we're happy about this, right? We don't want these big warehouse stores all over the place. No. Who cares if they employ tens of thousands of people, pay for health care, contribute to pensions? No. We only support that when it's confiscatory and it involves the NEA. Walmart, we hate. NEA, we love. Do I have that about right, too? Or is that a little screwed up? But let me read the good news to you over there at AFSCME and the AFL-CIO. This is going to really excite you. Walmart Stores, Inc. is in the midst of its worst U.S. sales slump ever. The world's largest retailer said today sales at its U.S. discount stores, opened at least a year, fell 1.8% during the chain's most important quarter. Happy days are here again. This has to be a thrill to the city council in New York. Has to be a thrill. Walmart struggles are the result of a misstep. Oh, yes, aren't they all? Everybody knows how to run these companies. But so there's some good news, right? Walmart took a big hit. I'm waiting for the oil companies to take a big hit. Then we can have celebrations in the street, confetti all over the place. But you say the oil companies won't take a big hit because of the skyrocketing prices. They're skyrocketing prices because Obama doesn't want to create supply. He's obstructing supply. And because now you see what's going on in Libya and the Middle East, which makes it even worse. The reason we want to drill, yes, offshore, including off of California and Florida, because, you see, they have shorelines, whether we like it or not. And the reason we want to drill more in Alaska is not only because that's where the oil and gas is, it's so we have sufficient supply and don't have to rely on nut jobs like Gaddafi. Now, the president spent $1 trillion in stimulus money. He's going to drag us $5 trillion more into the red. So where is all this wind energy and solar energy? He and his party controlled the damn federal government for 2 years. They still run the federal bureaucracy. Where are all the propellers? Where are all the windmills? Where's all the wind power? Where's all the solar power? Where the hell is it? They had their way with the budget. They had their way with the bureaucracy. They ignore the courts. They do whatever they want. Where's your new energy? Oh, there isn't any. Or it's so minuscule it doesn't matter. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have an automobile? You do. Many of us have two. You have to drive to the gas station and fill it up, don't you? Right. There aren't any little propellers to put on your car to move it along, or special solar panels to put on the roof to move it along. You still need gasoline. Until, of course, we reach Obama's nirvana, where everything runs on nothing. But that takes time. You see, the president can't just say it's going to happen and his bureaucracy limit access to natural resources to make it happen. It doesn't work that way. What that does is destroy jobs and wealth creation. You know. But if you've never created a private sector job and all you've ever done is rally against creating private sector jobs, you wouldn't know this, would you, Mr. President? So the price of fuel is going to skyrocket. But it was going to skyrocket with or without Libya, because that's what they want. That's what Obama wants. Remember? Wants to drive up the cost of electricity. I've got the audio. Oh, yes, I do. So here we are with the Middle East collapsing into what? We don't know. We don't know. All these sources of fuel for us, really endangered, frankly. And what does our administration do? Our grand, brilliant president, what does he do? He keeps the screws on the oil companies. He keeps the screws on refineries so we can't produce our way out of that. He talks about American ingenuity. Talks about American inventiveness. That he knows America can compete, and yet it's his boot on the throat of America. To quote the always brilliant Secretary of Interior, Salazar, the schmuck. So while his bureaucracy is doing everything possible to prevent energy production, while it's doing everything possible to make it more and more difficult to transport fuel, while he has unleashed the wolves of the left against the private sector, he pretends otherwise. American people are on to you, Mr. President. We are on to you. We're just looking for a decent candidate to run against you, because you need to be defeated, and badly. We can't take 6 more years of this. And there's the genius governor of Maryland, one of the bluest of the blue states. The country, in November, moved towards liberty and constitutionalism and limited government and private property rights, and the great state of Maryland moved in the other direction. It likes tyranny and high taxes and massive spending and huge bureaucracies that tell everybody what to do. So the idiot governor, O'Malley, is criticizing Governor Scott Walker of Wisconsin. He says they're using this budget as an attempt to attack public sector unions. You enjoy your taxes in Maryland with this taxaholic governor that you have? You got a one-party state in Maryland. One party controls the legislature. One party controls the governorship. They control the judges. And where are you in Maryland? People are leaving. They're leaving in droves. And you know where they're coming? To my state, Virginia. Stay the hell out. You like your governor? You voted for that guy. You want high taxes. You want bureaucrats controlling everything you do. It's like Massachusetts destroying Vermont and New Hampshire. Stay the hell in Massachusetts if that's what you want. It's like everybody in the Northeast moving to Florida. Stay in the Northeast. I'm talking to you liberals, the locusts, that travel from one state to the other after they've consumed all the crops. And then they go to the next state and consume all those crops. Then they go to the next state, like locusts. If you in Maryland, you're happy with your schmuck of a governor, God bless you. Keep him. But we don't need a jerk like him lecturing the rest of us. There will always be pockets of tyranny and misery, even in the greatest of societies. The capital, Annapolis, happens to be one of them. We're keeping an eye on Sacramento, too, with that goofball. We'll see what he does. Jerry Brown. All right, where was I? As I look at the map of the country, how refreshing. How refreshing. We actually had a House of Representatives that took the time to read the Constitution of the United States. Now, you would think this wasn't a big deal, right? I mean, they're required to swear to God to uphold the Constitution of the United States. It should be nice if they read it from time to time, and yet it was controversial. Liberals went nuts. Some young, uninformed punk named Ezra Klein, he was very concerned because he said the Constitution's over 100 years old. Yes, Ezra, it's actually over 200 years old. The Bible's older than that. Lots of old documents out there, Ezra. In any event, very controversial. How dare you read the Constitution of the United States on the House floor? What next? The Declaration? Oh, my God! Rick on the Texas border, Sirius satellite. A trucker, go.
How you doing, Mark? Good to talk to you.
My pleasure.
How's that? Hey, I just want to let everybody know when fuel prices get up to about $4 a gallon for diesel, these trucks take about $1,000 to fill the tanks up. And, it's starting to hit us pretty big out here. And just wanted to let the public know that, it's a big expense out here. So when they're talking about $100 to fill up their SUV, look at a truck. It's $1,000 for us when we own them.
And then what happens to the price of the cargo?
Oh, it's definitely going up, too. Like I'm hauling vegetables, and they're definitely going to go up in the market, because it all comes around,
And it's not just the transporting of the vegetables. It is the fuel that's involved in, planting them, harvesting them, and getting them to the trucks for the truckers to take them across country.
Exactly. So, it costs everybody. And it's only getting worse. There's a lot of stuff going out here on the roads that people just aren't aware of that we see on a daily basis, and it's getting scary out here.
Yeah, all right, Rick. God bless you, man. Take care. And not only that, the farmers are under attack by the Environmental Protection Agency. Ladies, we have a fifth column in this country. We have a fifth column in this country. I've talked about it before. That is undermining us from within. We cannot tolerate the Quislings. No more Republican Quislings. We've got to win the day. I'll be right back. Over at Newsbusters, Rich Noyes points out the incredible media double standard. The incredible media double standard in the treatment of the NEA and the AFSCME and SEIU unions in Wisconsin and the Tea Party rallies. And it is disgusting. But it's also useful because the people have turned on the statist media. That's what I called it in Liberty and Tyranny, the statist media. The people have turned on them. They rate lower than proctologists. I have nothing against proctologists, as long as their hands are small. But that said, the bias is just stunning. The media in this country want massive big government. The media in this country want the massive big government to control competitive sources and outlets of information, the internet, talk radio, and so forth. The media in this country is part of this crony capitalist notion, where they're taken care of by the likes of John McCain and the late Russ Feingold, late in terms of politics, of course. We're just like incumbents. They're protected, while the rest of us are the subject of endless torment. The media are not interested, for the most part, in reporting information. Period. And they get, you ever see them on these public television shows or sometimes on C-SPAN, these old-timers talking about the new media, there's no governors on them, there's no editors. Oh, really? Well, you guys are a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. You did everything you could to trash the Tea Party movement, and you do everything you can right now to protect the vulgarity and poison of the left and the thugs in Madison, Wisconsin. How do you explain that? Well, you don't care. You don't have to explain anything. That's why you're going down, too. We'll be right back.